Hello once again. I haven't done a video about 2 or 3 days, but this is gonna be a rant on MaidenSlave. I'd done other ones, but I got rid of those, and this is probably gonna be a won't be that long of a rant. Maybe like I'm gonna make it about 40 something minutes, like 43 minutes or something like that. Now, my problems is with this guy. He's a big fucking hypocrite reviewer because he bashed three albums that. No, actually, he bashed Black Sabbath's first album, Volume 4, Metallica, the Black Album, MegaDeth, The World Needs a Hero, Led Zeppelin 3, Testament Low, and he completely bashed Iron Maiden's The Final Frontier. My biggest main problems with this guy is he comes off a big fucking hypocrite, jackass fucking moron. Because this really pissed me off a lot. He bashes this great fucking album by Black Sabbath, their first album with Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, saying that this band doesn't play blues as well as Led Zeppelin does, and I really think that they do. That's fucking bullshit. And he really gave this album such a fucking low score. It was fucking just ridiculous. 6.5 out of 10. You must be fucking crazy or nuts. This is a fucking fantastic album by Black Sabbath. And this was my favorite one with Ozzy Osbourne, along with Paranoid as well. Both albums for me are 10 out of 10. Perfect production, and just overall, just both flawless albums in my opinion. You got Black Sabbath, The Wizard, Behind a Wall of Sleep. NIB is not one of my favorite songs. If you like that song, that's cool. I'm not going to make fun of you or bash you or anything like that. 5 is the cover of Evil Woman, Don't You Play Your Games With Me. 6 is Sleeping Village. 7 is Warning. Disc 2 is bonus tracks. Wicked World is on the original 1970s pressing release of this album, which I'm not disappointed that they took it off on the first disc. At least it's on disc 2. Great song, especially that na na na. I mean, it's just a fucking killer guitar riff by Tony Iommi, and the vocals are awesome too. Black Sabbath studio outtake, Black Sabbath instrumental. The Wizard studio outtake, I like that one, but I probably like the original one, how it sounds on the first disc, better in my opinion. Behind a Wall of Sleep is another studio outtake. NIB is an instrumental. Still really don't care for that song. It's not one of my favorites. Evil One alternate version has the horns in it. Both versions actually sound perfect, and I like both of them as well. Sleeping Village intro and Warning Part 1. Overall, this is a fantastic album by Black Sabbath, and just a perfect 10 out of 10 heavy metal classic record that I just really enjoy a lot, and I like how it sounds. It's really raw sounding, and it's pretty much a really heavy album altogether, mixed with hard rock, blues, and heavy metal, and it's all into one, and that's why I think this album is just so absolutely amazing. So 10 out of 10, awesome shit. Awesome fucking metal album. Fuck MaidenSlave and his half-assed bullshit review of this album. 6.5 out of 10. You're fucking retarded for giving such a low score on this album. And very fucking stupid, by the way, too. Yeah, I got the Led Zeppelin, a whole entire box set from 2008. Great set. It's the remastered ones, and they sound so much better than the original copies do. I'm not going to show you all these CDs. I'm just going to show you the covers because you can tell that how they look. Because somebody else has done a review of this box set already, and he did a great job with it. So, but yeah, I really like how these albums really sound. The remaster editions of these sound so much better, and it sounds so much crystal clear. It's just everything sounds amazing on these albums. So great stuff. And I'll tell you a story how I got into heavy metal. My brother really got me into this type of music. Led Zeppelin's not a heavy metal band. They're a hard rock, blues, um, folk band. That's what I'm gonna call their music. And I didn't really get into them until like later 1993, 94. And I first heard their first album, and it blew me away. Now, this was a review that pissed me off the most, where he really completely trashes Led Zeppelin 3, saying there's only two standout alone songs, and I think it's absolutely fucking just stupid that he would say something like that. How is there's only two good songs on this album? It doesn't make any logical sense whatsoever. Fucking ever. It's bullshit. You know, Immigrant Song, Friends, Celebration Day, Since I've Been Loving You, Out in the Tiles, Gallows Pole, Tangerine. I don't really care for that. It's not one of my favorites. Burn Art. I'm sorry. No, That's the Way. Another great one as well. Brian, You Are Stomp, and Hats Off to Roy Harper. There's about number one is a hard rocking song. So is Celebration Day. Since I've Been Loving You as one too. Out on the Tiles is another hard rock song too. So I don't get his fucking logic when he says, "Oh, this album is just a bunch of acoustic stuff." Yeah, how many songs are acoustic? Friends is one of them. Gallows Pole, Tangerine, That's the Way, Bernard You Stop, and Hats Off to Roy Harper. So that's how many acoustic songs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 acoustic songs, and 4 hard rockin' songs. So you're fucking wrong there, MaidenSlave. You fucking dumbass fucking reviewer. This album is not a fucking 7 out of 10. That is so bullshit. Then, what made me so mad, why did you fucking bitch and complain about this fucking cover? What the fuck is wrong with this cover? Woo! Yeah, that's a fucking terrible cover, man. I can't believe how fucking stupid this guy really is. This has got the wheel with it because I got the. But I mean, I want to say right now, this album is so underrated by by this band, and I like it. I really do. I think it's a 9.5 out of 10 for myself. I don't have one complaint about one certain song except for Tangerine. I really don't care for that one. But the rest of the album is really good. It's a great album by Led Zeppelin, and I want to say right now, it's awesome how they went into actually a completely different direction than going to the mainly hard rock and blues route, which, it's awesome. I really want to say right now, this is a fucking great album. I really enjoy it for what it is. And I'm not one of those naysayers that just, like those fucking dumbass critics that completely hate on Led Zeppelin 3. And you're going to agree with the critics, man. So, are you fucking kidding me? Fucking so just stupid. Can't believe this guy. I just can't fucking believe how dumb and arrogant he really is. Led Zeppelin 4 is also very overrated because of Stairway to Heaven. Sick and tired of that fucking song. And how many hard rock songs are in here? Well, Black Dog, Rock and Roll, and Misty Mountain Hop, and When the Levee Breaks. You got 4 acoustic songs on here, but Battle Evermore and Four Sticks and Going to California, which in my honest opinion, my favorite song on Led Zeppelin 4 is Going to California. I love how emotional the song is, and it sounds just so beautiful with the acoustics and stuff, and Robert Plant's singing is just amazing. Really want to start now. Very nice, emotional song, and I really enjoy it. So overall, Led Zeppelin 4 for myself. Uh, Very enjoyable. I'm not gonna rate it as high as I rated Led Zeppelin 3. This is gonna be like an 8.9 out of 10 for myself because it's still heavy, but I'm just I'm not. I used to be a big fan of Led Zeppelin 4, but Led Zeppelin 3 is where I want to start now. That I can listen to that album and I can just appreciate it more and more and more as time goes on. Fantastic job by Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones, John Bonham. Fucking four fantastic musicians that made such a great album. And I don't understand the bullshit, harsh criticisms that Led Zeppelin 3 gets. I think it's ridiculous. I really do. Back then, I mean, what do fucking critics know? They don't know fucking jack shit about music. Houses of the Holy. Really like this one. I'm not, like I said, I'm sorry. Like I'm not gonna review these, but you know I want to do a discography review later on. Not right now, just when I get time to. So, and my favorite one always going to be this one, Physical Graffiti. I think it's their best and finest hour, best production. Just lots of great stuff with hard rock, blues, and your acoustic stuff all into one. And that's why Physical Graffiti is a fucking brilliant, well-made album. Just great stuff. I mean, the way that I think Robert Plant's singing on the album is actually the best. Jimmy Page's guitar playing is his best he has ever been. John Paul Jones' bass playing and his other instruments on the album have been just the best. The best he has ever done with this album with Led Zeppelin. And John Bonham's drumming on Physical Graffiti is his best work to date because it's just absolutely fantastic, and the album is just fantastic. 15 fucking fantastic songs, just classics, and just a great fucking album. I like Kashmir more than I like Stairway to Heaven because, in my honest opinion, probably Led Zeppelin's greatest song ever recorded. But is it? Now you know what? No Quarter is my favorite Led Zeppelin song and probably the best one they have ever recorded. But I'll say this: both that and Kashmir are probably two of the greatest songs they have ever made, ever recorded, and just awesome stuff and just great stuff to listen to. I mean, everybody knows Kashmir. I mean, how many times does the radio play it, and how many times have you seen it on Celebration Day or the videos of it on YouTube from the 2003 DVD live something I can't pronounce that place wherever they were at. And you got Song Remains the Same. I got both the Blu-ray and this as well. Great live show. Really enjoy it, and just a very enjoyable concert. I know some people don't like that concert. That's their opinion. My honest opinion, the last really great Led Zeppelin album, Presence, I think it's a lot better than Into the Outdoor. I don't care for Into the Outdoor that much. I don't hate the album. It just never really did it for me. It's not my cup of tea. Yeah, this is their last official studio recording. Not really my favorite because it's not like as hard rocking or as bluesy, or it has much acoustic on it as Presence does. So you got Coda, which should have been what Into the Outdoor. Sorry, this is what N3 Out There should have really been, because this is great stuff, hard rock, blues, and great, awesome acoustic stuff on it. Especially John Bonham's drum song, the Montrux or whatever. It's a great song, and especially how I like how it goes. I mean, and it's just fantastic how it sounds itself. So, anyways, let's get back onto this dumbass fucking reviewer that I despise him more than anything else in the reviewing community of both heavy metal and hard rock. Because, you know, what kind of baffled me too, actually really bothered me the most, is where he bashed another Black Sabbath album called Volume 4. And that thing is totally bullshit. That he gives this one a 6.5 out of 10 as well. Ridiculous. You know, Black Sabbath Volume 4 has Wheels of Confusion, The Straightener, Tomorrow's Dream, Changes, Supernaut, Snowblind, Cornucopia, probably the heaviest song in the album. It's fucking just, it's absolutely killer. How it goes. I mean, I just fucking love that riff Tony Iommi does. It's just so heavy and just a fucking awesome song, and just really an angry song as well. It's awesome. Best song on the whole entire album, Volume 4, hands down. Laguna Sunrise is a great one as well. St. Vitus Dance I like too. It goes I mean, it's just fucking killer riff as well with Tony Iommi. Under the Sun, Every Day Comes and Goes. What a way to end the album, and it ends on a great note. So, Black Sabbath Volume 4 with Tony Iommi, Ozzy Osbourne, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward. Fucking a great album. It's just totally a 9.5 out of 10 for myself. I like how it sounds. I like the production. And overall, I think I like it better than I like Sabbath Black Sabbath. I'm not a fan of Sabbath Black Sabbath. There's only like 3 songs I liked off of that whole entire album, which is Title Track, a National Acrobat, and Sabracadabra. I just don't care for the rest of the album. Didn't really do it for me as much as Black Sabbath, Paranoid, Paranoid, Master of Reality, and Volume 4, to me are just much better than the album Sabbath Black Sabbath, in my honest opinion. Just, I like how they're all really heavy, just well constructed albums that just are amazing. So, yeah, that's pretty bullshit. MaidenSlave gives this album a fucking very low score, and he just, and problem I have with him too, he focuses way too much on the negatives and never hardly talks about the good aspects of the album and what the album has to offer, which I think is fucking ridiculous, because when I do a review, I want to actually talk about whether the album is good in terms of quality, or whether the album is bad in terms of quality. You know, that's how I review stuff. I just don't focus everything that's negative about it. But he truly does it way too fucking much. And that's not how you review metal albums whatsoever. You know, people like Cover Killer Nation, guy's been on here for a long period of time, I think is a much more better reviewer than MaidenSlave, and he knows his stuff, and he's a lot more knowledgeable than what MaidenSlave is, because at least he knows what he's talking about a lot of times when he reviews stuff, and also that he does his research a lot more and knows his history a lot more than what MaidenSlave does. You know, that's That's the type of reviewer that I respect. Not somebody that just wants to come on here, mainly bitch and complain about the fucking album's artwork and cry and moan and say all types of fucking bullshit, making himself look like an idiot. You know, I mean, when did actually this become a part of reviewing? Ain't it mainly somebody just opening the album up and showing the CDs and talking about it? That's how, that's how I review stuff. I don't review a fucking album just by its fucking cover. That's stupid. That really is. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, it's pretty pathetic in how he calls himself a good reviewer, which he's not a good reviewer, because if he was, he would have looked a lot more into the history of heavy metal and hard rock and know a lot more than what he's saying. And he really doesn't. It's just mainly just he's making a fucking stupid idiot out of himself in these type of reviews. And another album review that I absolutely despise of his is actually this one, the Black Album by Metallica. He completely fucking bashed this album to bits. Which I never have hated the Black Album. It wasn't this that made me hate Metallica. I wasn't like, oh man, Metallica's Black Album is utter shit, I don't like it. Because I do. I'm not one of those fucktard naysayers that think I know everything and I'm better than you and blah blah blah. But you call this whole entire album garbage, and Holier in Thou is the only good song on here. You gotta be just fucking kidding me. Inner Sandman, I like Sad But True. Holier in Thou, The Unforgiven, Wherever I May Roam. Don't Tread on Me, Through the Never, Nothing Else Matters, I don't like. I like A Wolfen Man, The God That Failed, I do not like, not one of my favorites. My Friend of Misery, and The Struggle Within. But you say songs like Inner Sandman, Sad But True, The Unforgiven, Don't Tread on Me, Through the Never, A Wolfen Man, My Friend of Misery, and The Struggle Within are shit. You're pretty fucking stupid. Because why did Metallica go in this type of direction? I can explain. Because of fucking bands like Nirvana that made Nevermind and Pearl Jam that made 10 were huge selling albums for both bands, and that thrash metal was dying. You fucking dumbass. That's the fucking reason why Metallica had to go into this type of direction. But you can't realize that because your head is so far shoved up your ass that you make these type of reviews just making yourself look like a fucking idiot on here, bitching, complaining, moaning, and crying about albums that I like, and I find those type of reviews just immature and fucking stupid. The whole entire Black Album, except for 2 songs for myself, I'm rating the whole album an 8.9 out of 10 because production is almost perfect. It wasn't quite there, and it should have been more louder. That's my only complaint about the album. But other than that, you're a fucking hypocrite. You really are. Jason Newsted's bass was turned up on the Black Album, which made me happy. And I think Metallica worked their hardest to make the Black Album the best as they could. And that's why it took them a year to make the whole entire album. But the thing is, MaidenSlave doesn't clearly get anything of what he's talking about. There's no knowledge in his reviews. He really does not do his research at all. And he doesn't know his fucking history about music. You know, I do. I've been listening to music for fucking 27 years, since 1986. And my brother got me into heavy metal, thrash metal stuff. MegaDeth was the first one I got. The first heavy metal band. I'm sorry, for the first heavy metal thrash band I got into because of him. And Metallica the same way. Slayer, I used to be a big fan of. He got me into that, but I quit listening to them years ago. Testament, he got me into them. He got me into Overkill. Sepultura, the Beneath the Remains, and Arise, and Chaos AD he got me into. He got me into Alice in Chains, Facelift, Dirt, music that was hard rock and mixed with heavy metal. That's how I look at Alice in Chains. I really don't consider Alice in Chains grunge at all, because their music is a lot more heavier and darker than Nirvana's music was at the time that Nevermind came out. Alice in Chains was going to different directions with Dirt and Facelift when those albums came out, and that's why I say that, because a lot of the songs on both of those albums are really angry, in your face type of hard rock and heavy metal music that kicks ass. So what else can I say about this douchebag? Not knowing what you're gonna say or talk about MaidenSlave is pretty fucking just pathetic in how you call yourself a good reviewer, when in reality these reviews that you did of yours suck fucking ass. And another album that he completely bashed was MegaDeth, The World Needs a Hero, which I got right here on my computer, because he said that a song like Disconnect was just a mediocre song, which I think is bullshit, because I think it's a great song, especially how it goes and just a fucking heavy ass guitar riff. Dave Mustaine's vocals are really heavy in that song. It's just a really angry, aggressive song that I like a lot. And Albatrelli's guitar playing on the song is really great, and Dave Elvison's bass playing is just as great as it's been on the other previous MegaDeth releases. And I think it's a great song, a great opener to What the World Needs a Hero. Then we got the title track, which he really completely bashed the song for no apparent reason whatsoever. I think it's a great song. I think it's a killer song. You know, Jimmy DeGrasso's drumming on Disconnect and this song are just amazing. He's a great drummer. A lot better than Lars Ulrich, because he's got more talent than Lars Ulrich has. And overall, just really a heavy song. It just ends too quick. It should have been longer, but that's how it goes. He completely also bashed the next one, Motorcycle, the single off the album, which is fucking ridiculous, because that song is not so bad as he says that it is. I really like this song. I think it's really a heavy song by MegaDeth, and a great song by these guys too. It's just, this guy comes off just as a big fucking huge hypocrite jackass. I like 1000 Times Goodbye. It's a great song. He didn't really bash that. Burning Bridges, great song as well. Just killer riff and killer guitar playing, just like 1000 Times Goodbye. Promises, a great fucking ballad. I really enjoy it, and I think the song is just a great song. You know, Recipe for Hate, Warhorse, completely bashed the song for just a bits, for absolutely no reason, just for bullshit, running his fucking mouth thinking that he knows everything and he doesn't. This song is fucking great, really heavy, and just really how the drums sound. And you know the way that Dave Mustang's and Albatrelli's playing on these songs I mentioned are just absolutely phenomenal and just great. I'm not gonna say phenomenal. I'm gonna say great. That's what I'm gonna say, because you know Albatrelli is a really great guitar player. I think that, in my honest opinion, he's much better than Marty Freeman is. Just the way I feel. And it just, these songs are so incredibly heavy, and I really like that. So yeah, Recipe for Hate, Warhorse kicks fucking ass. Dread and Fusion Mind is just as great as that song is. Not gonna say much about that. Silent Scorn is a very short song. It's like a really short instrumental. Great drums by Jim DeGrasso, and just I love the guitars in it, and the horns are just, you know, it goes by really quick. Return to Hangar is a really great song as well. I like it as much as I like Hangar 18. So I like both songs actually a lot back to back. So they're both really great songs. So I don't have a problem with either one of them. When now this is my honest opinion. My main favorite song on the whole entire album, which is the heaviest song. It's just fucking killer. The Dave Mustang's vocals, how they sound, are really angry, aggressive, and just, that's probably, in my honest opinion, the best song on the whole entire album, because lots of fucking killer guitar riffs, killer bass, double bass drum playing, and just a fucking killer soul by Dave Mustaine and Albatrelli. Just great stuff. I really like this song. But he completely bashes this song, saying this song sounds like Am I Evil by Metallica. You're so full of fucking shit, MaidenSlave. This is not even remotely close to sound like Am I Evil, you fucking dumbass. How, I mean, when he talks about, like in the middle of it, goes, no, 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 da, no, 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 no. I mean, that's not. How in the fuck does I Am sound like Am I Evil? Doesn't make any bit of sense whatsoever. This is a completely different sounding song, you fucking dumbass, idiotic moron. Altogether. So I'm gonna give Megadeth The World Needs a Hero a fucking 9 out of 10. The only thing that's disappointing about this album is that the vocals could have been heavier on the rest of the other songs, but other than that, and the production could have been a little bit better, but other than that, this is a great album by Megadeth, and I really like it. Fuck MaidenSlave and his half-ass bullshit review about this album, because I don't think this album is as bad as he fucking says that it is. Okay. Now, this will be my last, I'm going to say, Testament Low from 1994. Completely bashed this album to bits for no reason. Yet, he says Low sounds like Low Man's Lyric by Metallica. Are you fucking kidding me? How does that even sound like Low Man's Lyric by Metallica when that song is incredibly heavier, a lot more thrashier, and Chuck Billy screaming and growling? Yeah, he sure sounds like James Hetfield. Bullshit. I mean, you just did an 8-minute and something review about this album, saying that this album is complete garbage, without even saying why it is or how it is. But you just continue to fucking run your mouth, bitch, complain about this album, just like you have done with albums like Metallica, the Black Album, Megadeth, The World Needs a Hero, Black Sabbath's first album, Black Sabbath Volume 4, Led Zeppelin 3, Iron Maiden, The Final Frontier, and Testament Low. Pretty fucking pathetic. When you make these type of reviews and you don't know your knowledge or your history about these albums, then your review is going to be pretty fucking shitty and pretty fucking dumb. if you ask me. So, yeah, on back to Low. Low is a fucking heavy, great, very thrashy song. It just kicks so much ass. So is Legions and Hiding, which is my all-time favorite song on Low. Probably the most heaviest song. Just, it's so killer. I like the production too. For myself, was turned up a notch, and it sounded a lot better than what Testament's The Legacy did, the New Order did, and Practice What You Preach as well. I just feel like the later Testament stuff is a lot better than their earlier stuff. I just like these type of albums that they did after the Ritual came out. Low comes out and was just much better. Legions and Hiding, why I like the song so much. Chuck Billy's vocals are really heavy and aggressive. The guitar playing by James Murphy and Eric Peterson are just phenomenal, and just really, it's a great song altogether. And the bass playing and the drum playing are just amazing as well. So, but I want to say, I meant to say Low, Legions of Hiding, Trail of Tears, Shades of War, PC, Dogface Gods, All I Could Bleed, that number 9 instrumental that starts with a U, Chasing Fear, and Last Call, are all perfect songs. The whole entire album for myself is a perfect 10 out of 10. Just an awesome album by Testament, and I really like it. And along with The Gathering, that's another 10 out of 10 for myself. Just both great albums by Testament, and probably their best albums they have ever done to date, in my opinion. So, yeah, I just don't like this reviewer at all. He's a biased hypocrite that really thinks he knows everything, when in reality he really doesn't. He just makes these type of fucking reviews just guessing what he's going to say, and I don't like reviewers like that, because you're just going to guess what you're going to say, and you don't come to terms with how you're going to approach your review, then it's pretty obvious you're going to be pretty fucking shitty. So, yeah, I just can't believe this guy is so much of a fucking hypocrite. That's the way I truly see this guy. Because Cover Killer Nation is a much more better reviewer than MaidenSlave is. Because he never makes himself look stupid or look like an idiot like this guy does. Because I'm going to tell you this. This guy does not belong in the heavy metal reviewing community or the hard rock reviewing community, because he doesn't know jack shit what the fuck he's talking about. That is the biggest main reason why I don't like this guy. Because he thinks he's some big fucking hotshot, when in reality he just makes these fucking, how many shitty reviews did he do? Well, Black Sabbath's first album, Volume 4, Led Zeppelin 3, Testament Low, Metallica the Black Album, MegaDeth The World Needs a Hero, and Iron Maiden the Final Frontier, which is absolutely his most shittiest fucking review that he's ever done. A lot of dislikes, and because this guy truly doesn't know what happens when singers get older. It's because their voice is not gonna fucking sound like it did 30 years ago. I mean, and then you say, don't sing this way, Bruce Dickinson, on this album. What the fuck is he supposed to do, MaidenSlave? Dumbass. What? No? I will. Sorry about that. But I can't believe that you bitch and complain about a singer like Bruce Dickinson that's still just as great as he ever was, but you bash him for him getting older and his voice changing. That's what makes you a fucking hypocrite right there. That's why your Iron Maiden review on the Final Frontier, it's absolute fucking dog shit. Because all it is you just mainly bitching and complaining about the fucking artwork, about Iron Maiden is shit, without going into any details about it, about Bruce Dickinson changing his voice because he can't hit high notes anymore. Who fucking damn cares about that shit? As long as the music can deliver and the music can be really good, that's what really should all fucking matter. Wow, just because a singer's voice changes, that's such a fucking terrible thing. I can't believe we just have dumbass hypocrites like this guy. What about this fucking concert right here, MaidenSlave? You dumbass. Robert Plant is singing songs, but he's not hitting the high notes. But I'm not bitching and complaining about that because he's still a great singer. And so is Bruce Dickinson. You fucking asshole. I mean, who are you to fucking judge a singer because his voice sounds different? Yeah, Robert Plant might have gotten high on a few of the songs on the high notes, but you really honestly think that singers like Bruce Dickinson should still hit the fucking high notes when he can't do it anymore? Yeah, that makes perfect sense right there. See, the difference between me and you, MaidenSlave, is that I don't come off as a fucking hypocrite. I don't come off as a fucking asshole. You know why? Because I appreciate music. And I respect it a lot more than you do. But you can't appreciate that a band like Iron Maiden, still around, still making great music, and Bruce Dickinson is still a great singer no matter how old he is. You know, I'm never have once said that when the singer voice changes, that his voice sucks. No, it's called getting older and maturing yourself. That's what it fucking is, MaidenSlave. But clearly you don't know what that is because your head is too far shoved up your fucking ass. And this is my only video that I'm doing on you. Because clearly you don't get why singers' voices change when they get older. That's how fucking stupid and dumb you really fucking are. Later, guys.